Another Yeezy supply releases came and gone, and we're left with the same feeling. Feeling like things could have gone better and just waiting for the next release, which is probably going to be Yeezy Day. What's up guys, it's Soul State here, and today we are going to go over the Yeezy slide release that happened yesterday. We're going to talk about some things that we learned from it. I'm also going to go through my entire setup, how much money I spent on this release. We're going to talk about how much I'm down, how much it would have been if I didn't have amazing sponsors. I want to be very transparent with you guys, show you guys to run the type of setup that some of the bigger botters run, how much it would truly cost you guys, and even after all the money that has been spent, you still may only end up with a couple pairs. So I'm going to get you guys on the screen. We're going to go over it right now. Guys, if you're brand new here, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe on this channel. Also subscribe to our second channel down below. Running a giveaway right now. Every subscriber we get on that second channel, we'll be adding that to the donation pool. I'll be donating that amount of money at the end of 1 week. So be sure that you subscribe to that second channel. Link down below. All right, guys, we are going to go over all of the total relevant botting costs that we spent on this release. We're going to break it down into a few major categories that we're going to look at. Server expenses, we're going to look at bot expenses, we're going to look at the AYCD expenses, we're going to look at Gmails, the dreaded one, we're going to look at proxy costs for this release. Now, I want to preface all of this right off the top by saying the dollar figures that I'm going to list here in this video, that's not how much I spent, okay? I understand that some of these costs, like servers, you don't have to buy for every single release. Gmails, you don't have to buy every single release. I'm just going to go ahead and include them. Just know a bunch of this stuff you don't have to buy every release. You're not going to have to buy this much proxy data every single release. The money that is listed here, the dollar figure, is not what I paid. Full transparency, I have sponsors for a lot of this. So the number that you see, I paid a very small fraction of. But for those of you who don't have sponsors, then this is how much all of this would cost you. So we're going to start it out by looking at our server cost, okay? Our server cost for this release. And that is broken down into two different servers. Obviously, we ran a bunch of AWS servers. I'm not going to include those. I'm just going to include our two dedicated monthly servers. The first one, we have a sauce server, which is a 16 core, and this runs us about $100 monthly. The second one is a live server. This is a 12 core, and this one runs us about $110 monthly. Now, I know if you guys use live servers, today was a very, very bad day for live servers. Live servers basically all crashed. They did not do anything. You couldn't get into them at all. It was terrible. There's no excuse for how they performed today. And to top it off, this is not the first time that this has happened. It seems every big release, live servers has an issue. It seems like they're not reliable, they're not trustworthy, dependable. Now, Live did state in the Discord today he was going to figure out a plan for what he was going to do for the servers moving forward. Right now, it's not working. It's a bad product, it's unreliable, and full transparency, I'm sponsored by Live servers. I'm not going to be relying on them for any hype drops anymore. It'll be used as a backup server because there's no sense in putting resources into it if it's just going to fail every single time. Today, I put one of my biggest setups on that server. I was running a copy of Valor on that server, all performance mode. Valor cooked out today, and I couldn't even access that server. So that's pretty disappointing. That's one of the reasons that we had a pretty poor performance today. So not going to be trusting live servers anymore. Do with that what you will. Total server cost, we're going to put it at $210. The next thing that we'll look at are bots. Once again, this is a monthly fee. This isn't something that, we have to always pay, but I do want to list it out right here. So the first one that we have is Valor. It is at $75 a month. That is by far the most expensive bot that we have. You could say that it's worth it though, for sure. Valor, one of the best bots out there. Toru at $50. Trickle also at $50. Vite, a footside bot. I don't have a number for it. I'm going to say $50, but I'm not really sure about that. And then another bot that we ran today, Secret, was giving to us as a beta tester for us to test it out. So that one was free for us. That one was sponsored. Now, when you add up all of those bot costs for the day, we spent $225 on bots. So the next category that we're going to move into is our AYCD. I have 2 toolbox subscriptions with AutoSolve, so roughly it's $58 a month. So we're just going to include that in here as well. The next thing that we'll look at is Gmails, and this is a rough estimate, okay? I don't have an exact figure on this one, but this is just what we're going to say. I know for a fact that I bought some vanished Gmails the other day, and that ran us about $100. And then all of the other Gmails that I have, we're going to just round it up and say that that was somewhere around 200 for all of them. Probably a little bit more than that, but that's what we're going to say. So 300 total on Gmails for this release. And then the big one that we're going to look at that everyone probably wants to see is proxies. Now, this is one that obviously I didn't spend anywhere close to this. Like I said, for all the other categories, I don't think it's feasible to spend this much on proxies. So for live, I bought the 500 IP 20 gigabyte plan. If you buy that straight up, that is going to run you about $300. The next one that we'll look at, some Oculus Resis. I bought 20 gigabytes of those. That is going to run you $320. So we're $620 in just for 2 providers. And I really like to mix it up. You don't have to mix it up as much as me. I bought 15 gigabytes of Wolves proxies. That would run you about $175. The next one, I bought 100 Leaf Yeezy Supply ISPs. And this is good for the entire month. So we'll get to have them for Yeezy Day as well. $160 on those. Next thing, X proxies. I ran these on foot sites. They seem to do well, but I didn't get anything on foot sites today. It was kind of a rough go out there for foot sites, and that was $65. The last proxy company that I'm going to include is Porter Proxies, and we'll say 10 gigabytes. We'll say about $150 on Porter Proxies, which performed extremely well today, by the way. So shout out to Tiana. Total cost for our proxies is $1,170. So if you add up all of these costs for the day, our total cost for this release, caps lock is on. Our total cost for this release, $1,963. That's our total cost. Shoes that we copped today, we copped 2 Onyx, and that is it. 7 declines on Trickle. Still not sure what's going on there. Unfortunate. Those 2 were for ACO, not for me. So ACO fee charge for those, $25 a piece, so $50 total is what we made off this one. Our total profit for this release is negative $1,913. That is it, guys. Those are all of the costs that we saw today. My setup that I ran today, pretty beefy setup, and if you guys would have had to buy everything that I listed here, you would have lost about $2,000 on this release. And this is the problem with botting these days. You guys can see that we just have to spend a lot of money on setup. I didn't buy any extra instances, by the way, so I would have factored those costs in if I bought extra instances. This is just for like 8 bots, which I know a lot of people ran way more than that. My setup could have been improved a lot. I found a bunch of issues that happened. This is kind of what happens when you take 2 months off and you try to redo everything in a night. But if we would have got those 7 pairs off of Trickle, I would have felt pretty good about that. And then with our live server where we had Valor performance mode, which absolutely destroyed, I feel like if we would have had that one up, we could have added another 10 pairs at least, because Valor absolutely cooked today. All total, we would have been looking at close to 20 pairs. And if you aren't a math whiz and you just want to do 20 pairs, say they were all ACO, that's $500. Still would have been down about $1,500 if none of those were for us and we didn't resell any of those. So that is what I'm talking about, guys. It's a tough game out here, okay? And for Yeezy Day, I know a lot of people they're gonna want to have big setups. Just be careful, because for a setup like this, it's going to cost you a lot of money, and it's going to be a stressful release, guys, because you're going to have to think about that the entire time, hoping that you hit enough pairs to break even before you can even make profit. So I just wanted to share that with you guys today. That was my exact setup for this Yeezy Slide release. That's how much I would have spent. Once again, I spent a fraction of that. Thank you so much to all of my sponsors. Everyone listed almost as a sponsor. So thank you guys so much for all of your help and all of your dedication to me and my reselling efforts, so we don't have to drop 2K on a release like this. So thank you guys very much for watching this video. Thank you so much for staying here through the entire thing. thing. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. If you guys need any reselling needs, reselling tips, anything like that, be sure to join Juiced, link down below, the premier cook group of the market. Be sure to check out that second channel as well. Like I said, giving away money for subscribers. Each subscriber we get, if it's 50, I'll give away 50, 100, 100, 1,000, 1,000, 5,000. I'll be in debt, but I'll still give it away. So that is the plan. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. I'll probably see you guys tomorrow Wednesday. Maybe I'll see you tomorrow. I'm not sure. Stay tuned. Have your post notifications turned on for a brand new video. This is Soul State from Juiced, signing out. See you guys on the next one.